Tonight, from Toronto, Canada, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Toronto Thunderbirds taking on the Chicago Tigers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about... Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll run on first down. Hobbs, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 24 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a give running right at Smallwood. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Come on, dog!
A give to Smallwood out of the gun. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. On 2nd down, Smallwood. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They bring their punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
From last week's contest, 8 catches, 108 for the yardage and the score, too.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and 8 coming up. And to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Tyson. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Are you serious, dog?
On second down, Hobbs gets by him at the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Now Reddick. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Reddick sets to pass it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st down, Hobbs, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Reddick to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because times through interceptions. What do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
He finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. On 2nd down now. It's Lamb, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lamb, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down, Hobbs, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 3rd down, Hobbs, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Reddick. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the left side. It's Lamb. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Tyson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
From the gun on third down, Tyson. And this is caught by Watkins. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. Hobbs. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
So since that last gain did not get a first, they'll decline the penalty there and force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Tyson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. On second down now, it's Watkins. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Tyson firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Operating from the gun, Tyson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 1st and 10, Tyson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
4 yards remain for second down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's O'Brien.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
2nd and 10.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Reddick. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Reddick. He finds his man, complete. That's Bush. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they'll send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute off.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Tyson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Lamb, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Tyson. And he's got his man on the out route. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. Throwing on 1st down. Tyson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back to throw. Tyson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Ramsey.
7 yards the pickup there.
On 2nd down. Hobbs, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hobbs. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Smallwood running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
So the lead extended, and I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Tyson. He finds his man, complete. That's O'Brien. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. So that'll back him up 5. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Looking to throw. Tyson. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
You better do something.
Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Bush. That catch good for only a couple. Throwing on 2nd and long. Reddick firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back. 3rd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Chicago offense set to get started.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down now, it's Lamb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, Tyson. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first and 10, Tyson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on second down. Tyson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Back to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 45. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll run on first down. Hobbs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Reddick. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will swell the lead to 16.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Now here's a throw that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Tyson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
Well, they can thank their defense for another stop, and now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock, work it down, and, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead?
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on 1st down. Tyson, he finds his man, complete. That's Lamb. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
To throw on 2nd down. Tyson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Tyson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Looking to throw. Tyson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Again, it's Smallwood. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Going right back to Smallwood. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On third down, Smallwood. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Thunderbirds add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
On first down, Tyson. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.